Hey everybody, David Cantrell from American Family Funding here with a quick recap of last week's housing and economic news. Stocks, stock market is still pretty much on fire right now. Why? Well, again, I'm going back to those stimulus checks are out in the economy. People are buying things, things are opening back up again. So, that causes the market to start moving up because a lot more people have some money. And when you start putting that money to work, stock prices rise because companies start doing better as well. The minutes from the last Fed meeting pretty much said the same thing, that they're just going to keep things the way they are. They're not going to raise interest rates for a while. They probably done with the stimulus for now because they don't want to get inflation going. So they're probably just going to stay pat and just keep an eye on everything. But then, of course, jobless claims were down last week, which is great. But initial claims were up, and that just kind of shows, there is a little bit of that still unbalanced. I mean, jobless claims. More people are hiring in restaurants because restaurants are opening up, but other areas, the food delivery service is now starting to drop off a little bit. So that's kind of where we see that little bit of an imbalance there. As far as housing news goes, President Biden's new infrastructure bill had $5 billion proposed for rezoning areas to allow for apartment buildings. Which is good because we need more, like we talked about before, there's just not enough space for people to live. And so this is the first step in getting some people, out of your parents, living on the couch or out of the garage, or, just more places that people can go and live. And then also, we did talk about, I think, how we are going to start seeing some crazy numbers because of the year-over-year comparisons. And here you go. Here's the first one. Mortgage applications were down 5%, but that's week over week. But if you look at year over year, they were up 51%. Now that sounds like a huge number of mortgage applications. But let's remember, last year, April, the country was shut down. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of things happening. So if you go from zero and you have 50 people apply for a mortgage, that's a 50% rise. So that's the kind of numbers that we're going to see. So we got to factor that in when we're thinking, yes, it's great that more people are out there, and it's great that we're seeing more mortgage applications, but don't look at it as a year over year of a huge move. It's just a decent move. And so that's what we want to, but that is definitely what we want to see. So that's it for this week. Remember, stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.